Cavan Companies is a 49-year-old real estate development company that was founded in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we have primarily in our history been involved in commercial real estate. We've built over several $1 billion worth of commercial real estate. In the last several years, we have zeroed in our focus on single-family built-to-rent communities. We have found that with the growing population of Arizona and other cities in the Sun Belt, there's a growing need for not just homes and not just rental homes like apartments, but homes that people who either don't want to buy a home and have the hassle of home ownership or want the convenience of rentership and being able to move more periodically. Our bungalows fit that niche, and they've proven highly successful. They're inflation proof and recession resilient. And our tenants like them because they can walk in, they don't have to worry about maintenance, they don't have to worry about mowing the lawn, they don't have to worry about fixing the roof or anything else. And so they move into their bungalows with their dogs, which almost all of them have, and it works out really well. They've been very popular. We've built 4 projects through completion. We have 17 under construction, over 4,000 units. And the demand is there for more. As we look at the future, we'll not only expand in Arizona, but into other states. Our build-to-rent communities consist of single-family detached homes that rent like an apartment but live like a home. And so people expect to live in them with like home amenities. And then we have a community center, a pool, we have a clubhouse, and we have barbecue pits, and of course the obligatory dog washing station. We're in a very competitive market in Phoenix, and so we have a lot of tenants out there looking for the right space. And we think that our communities as a build-to-rent community certainly has its advantages. I remember we were just launching our pipeline of build-to-rent communities. We were looking for technology that would allow us primarily for access to our clubhouse and our gates. These are gated communities. And we were looking for partners that we could work with on the technology. And we started looking around and we had a meeting with LittleBird. LittleBird came in and laid out what you could do for us in our communities. I would say the number one demographic that we are marketing to and that become our tenants are millennials. And the operative word for millennials is convenience. They want it to work. When they walk in, they don't want to have to figure it out. They just want it to work. And so by having the LittleBird technology package in there, we can tell them, here's your code, and this is going to get you in the clubhouse, it's going to get you in the front gate, it's going to get you into your unit. They can use the keypad if they lose their phone. When they get in there, they can control their lights and their thermostats, and so it works. And it's what they expect, I think, because they're getting used to the technology. So much of this current generation is used to operating most of their life off their phone. And to have LittleBird's technology integrated with the phone for access for messages from the manager, to have a single sign-on so that if they're moving from their bungalow to the clubhouse or the pool, they don't have to log into a new Wi-Fi. It's seamless across the property. So having that, and then for guest access, or if they've got somebody dropping off their laundry or checking on their dog, have everything basically operated from their phone. It's a huge convenience, a huge plus. They don't have to worry about key fobs or anything else. It just works. From the beginning, when our leasing agents meet a potential tenant, they've got to sell them on our property. And they'll lead them through our models, and they'll walk them through our properties. And one of the things they're talking about is what their experience is going to be walking in as somebody who is a resident of our properties. And our leasing agent can take their phone and demonstrate the LittleBird package, say this is how you're going to get into your house, click, 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 you're in your house. And by the way, if you don't have your phone, you can type in your code on the lock. When you enter into your bungalow, if you haven't already turned up your thermostat, you can do it from your phone if you want to. You can control your lights. And by the way, you're going to get messages from our office from time to time, invitations to events or reminders of certain things that are going on, things that you need to know as a tenant, and you're always going to have one spot to look for that, and that's going to be on your phone. If you're going into the clubhouse or the fitness center, you're going to use your phone again because that's what they're used to using. So there's a great reassurance from the tenant experience standpoint and an easy communication channel for the manager to explain the benefits of our properties with the LittleBird tech package and why they need to live there. One of the, from the business standpoint, one of our approaches to everything that we do on the property is maximizing revenues. Obviously, you got your basic rent, but you have add-ons that you can charge charge your tenants for if it's the right product and it's the right price. And we have found with the LittleBird tech packages that we're able to charge a monthly premium, and it includes all of their tech packages plus Wi-Fi. And all that revenue basically goes to the bottom line, so that when we look at our overarching revenues, we've got a nice bump up because of the LittleBird package that we can integrate into our whole rental package. As you know, there's pressure on rents to go down or to be more competitive with other properties in the area. We always have to be creative. We don't like to discount rents or offer concessions because those are long-term leases, and especially if we're going out to market to sell our properties, we want to show that those rents are at or above market. But being able to offer a tech package either as just an additional amenity that sets us apart from other properties, or sometimes we will say, look, we'll give you your tech package for free for 2 months to 10 months to 12 months, whatever. And it gives us some flexibility on how that gets accounted for in our overall profit and loss statement, rather than as a concession. It's either a marketing expense or it's just a drop in a piece of the revenue. Yeah, one of the things that the managers always are looking for with tenants is how to keep them satisfied on the property, because that leads to retention. And one of the ways they do that is by staying in constant communication with them about either events that are happening on the property at the clubhouse, or if they've got cleanup crews coming through. It's maintaining those touch points, and they have a lot of parties and all. And being able to use the LittleBird app to push that information out, take feedback, reservations, comments. It's a very useful tool for the management side as well, because it's all in one spot. Again, they're not learning 3 different systems. Everything's going through the LittleBird app. Every manager of a property has a zillion different things they have to manage as part of managing that property. And the last thing they need is 20 different vendors that are trying to connect with each other to solve just a couple of problems. And with LittleBird, it solves our access problems, it solves our communication problems, and it's a seamless experience for our tenants. So to have one partner that can bring all that together for us instead of multiple partners is just a lot easier for the management side, and it's a lot easier for the tenant side too. We have 200 to 300 tenants at any given time. It's a lot to manage. And so anything we can do to simplify the process from the management standpoint in terms of communication, access. I mean, if we have a tenant lose their key in the middle of the night, we don't have to go find a box that has keys in it. They'd have to lose their phone too, or they can get a remote code and use that on their door. So that's one aspect, is just having a one-stop shop for all of the aspects of the management side, both from the tenant side, the management communication side. And we don't want to have 3 different vendors have to figure out how to mesh those technologies. We want one vendor who's done the brain work on it, figured it out, and given us an optimal solution. When looking at technology that we're going to invest in these properties, we know we're building in some infrastructure, and we're also going to be relying on our technology partner for long term. So we want to know they're thinking innovatively. They're not just saying this is the best we got and it's going to last you for 10 years, that looking around the corner, looking to see what's coming that can be integrated into a flexible system that we can grow with as LittleBird grows. And so, we were very comfortable that LittleBird had that kind of cutting edge foresight to say, this is what we've got and this is what we're thinking about on the drawing board. And I know that you've also asked us questions. What would you like to see as we do our product development? And we feel that's a really good interchange of information, so that we're being able to reflect what our tenant needs are and see what's possible from the technology side. When we evaluate the people we partner with, one of the things we need to have assurance on is that they're going to be there for us, that they understand what our needs are, and then we have issues or problems that they're going to show up and help us solve those problems together. And we felt that LittleBird would provide that for us, and we've seen that happen in the properties in which we've already installed LittleBird. So we have a great sense of comfort that this wasn't dropping off technology and see you later, that this is a long-term relationship where we know that we're going to be in this together. One thing I've discovered in the search for a technology package, as well as other things that we put into our properties, is there are a lot of companies out there pitching their wares. And we determined at a very early stage that we don't just want a vendor, we want a partner. We wanted somebody that we could say, this is what we need. Can you help us solve that? And to work together, both in the short term and the long term. So we really see LittleBird as a partner, not just a vendor, somebody that we can trust, that's going to listen to us, and that we can depend on for long term. Cavan Companies has about 17 projects under construction, mainly in Arizona right now, but we are looking at expanding into other states with our product. And so as we grow, we want a company that can grow with us into these new markets. And so we're very glad that LittleBird is going to be there for us, so we don't have to refigure this out in another market with another product, that what we know that has worked well for us is going to go with us wherever we go. There are a lot of companies out there that are pitching their wares, especially when it comes to technology packages. And we see them at trade shows. And there's a lot of noise. And you have to be careful, and you have to be thoughtful. And for us, the decision came down to a lot of factors. We wanted consistency in the product. We wanted to have a good quality product that was easy to use. We wanted a solid app. We wanted a low learning curve for our tenants. So, when you cut through all of that noise, the decision became very easy for us to say LittleBird is the answer to what we're looking for. And I would, suggest that anybody's out there searching for a solution, they can save themselves a lot of time. Call LittleBird and see if it's going to fit with your system, because I think it will. A lot of people, when looking at building a property, they think in terms of bricks and mortar, they think in terms of material, or even singular technologies. But when it comes to a tech package that's going to provide smart home services and access, you really need something that's beyond just a technological package. You need somebody who understands the needs that are providing the service behind it, the backbone that we don't see, the stuff in the cloud that you've got uptime. And so one of the things that excited us about LittleBird is that we knew that they were looking at this in all dimensions, both as the hardware, but also the software and the service and the uptime, and looking forward to future development. How do we make this better and more usable for you? And to have that conversation with a partner on this, it gives us a great sense of being heard, and that we have this level of trust that the products are to continue to get better and better, because that serves both of our purposes very well. Well, we presented to our investors the basic product type that we're putting together, and our bungalows, as far as build-to-rent communities go, are ahead above everybody else, and we like that position because it helps us with our investors show we're creating a quality product, and we're also distinguished from our competition in these ways. And the tech package is one of the ways we can show our investors that we are staying up with current trends, expectations of tenants, and we've got state-of-the-art technology that are operating on our properties, and that makes them more attractive to the investor because they know that buyers are going to come in and see the same thing. One of the things in our projections for any project is we take that net operating income and we multiply it to figure out, based on a cap rate, what we think our exit values are going to be, and we present that to our investors up front. So when we know going into a project that we're going to have the LittleBird tech package as part of our program, and we're going to charge a certain amount for that, and we're going to net out a certain profit from that monthly payment, that multiplies out significantly in the cap rates. And so that makes our pro formas more attractive to our investors. It makes it much more attractive to our lenders, and certainly makes it more attractive from an operating standpoint to know we've got those additional revenues coming in every month. Cavan Companies is a company that is growing and expanding into new markets, and as we move into new states and introduce the single-family rent bungalows in these new states, we want to take the proven technology that we have tested and proven here with us, and LittleBird is one of those companies that we're glad has a national footprint that can go with us, so we don't have to go out there and look for a different solution to one that we've already solved here.